Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel for another video and another faction focus, and indeed what has turned out to be the final faction focus article from Warhammer community, and that is focusing on the Necrons. So let's get into a preview of some of the new detachments and toys awaiting everyone's favourite silver metallic killer androids in 11th edition. And we're starting off with the Hand of the Dynasty detachment, or, to give it its old name, the Silver Tide. This is pretty much where your stereotypical Silver Tide of Necrons is now based. So let's get into the detachment rule. Hypermobility protocols. So friendly immortals and Necron warrior ranged attacks get assault. When a friendly Necron/Necron warrior unit is selected to make an advance move, that move does not prevent that unit from being eligible to start an action. So two nice bonuses there. And finally, the detachment has been dynasty tag and cannot be taken with another dynasty detachment. So again, the detachment keyword popping up and not being able to be taken with another detachment which has that same keyword. Looks like every faction's got these in some form or another with a flavourful or faction fitting keyword with them. So Necrons are following up with that. Enhancement for this detachment is showing off is Tools of Dominion. An Immortals unit only, and that unit's range attacks have rapid fire 1. Not bad, very nice for both weapon options of the Immortals, be it the Gauss blasters or the Tesla carbines. This will work pretty handily with both, so nice detachment option. And for the stratagem, we have Nano Saturation. It's a 1 CP stratagem. You use it in your opponent's shooting phase when an enemy unit has targeted a friendly Immortal or Necron warrior unit. When the enemy unit that targeted a friendly Immortals Necron warrior unit has shot, The target, said unit. The effect, your unit's using shoot using snap shooting, but whilst doing so your unit can only target the enemy unit. So something shoots at one of your units, it can shoot back, but it can only shoot them. Not bad if you want to maybe land a few pot shots and see if you can take something down before the follow up. Maybe a little situational, but if you can get it, if luck is in your favour, could be useful. Next up we have the Sky Shroud Spearhead. And largely this is all about the flying and floaty stuff, but specifically with the detachment rule, Doomblade. Transdimensional deployment. Friendly Toonblade units have deep strike. When a friendly Toonblade unit is selected to shoot, if that unit has made an ingress move this turn, that unit's ranged attacks have +1 to hit. So basically this turns Toonblade into a pretty handy and useful hitting tool to get in, hit hard and hit fast. But it's not. But this detachment is about the skimmers as well. So destroyers get some love, which instantly gets my attention because I made a video about it and everybody knows how much I love a Necron destroyer. So into the enhancement we go, and that is Deepening Madness. Destroy a cult mounted unit only. That unit's ranged attacks have assault. I'm sold on Lockhusts, or even for, well, Lockhusts mainly. Getting those Gauss cannons with assault. I'm all about a bit of that action. It says here you got all. So it looks like destroyers and Toonblades alike are going to be hovering around the toughness 5 or 6 mark. But they can get even more tanky, if you like, with the stratagem for this detachment. And that is Evasive Protocols. So you use it in your opponent's shooting phase when an enemy unit targets a friendly Necron's mounted unit, and the target is said mounted unit. Range attacks that target your unit with a strength greater than your unit's toughness have -1 to wound. Pretty handy because people are going to want to shift your destroyers especially. So having that, and they're going to be using fairly high powered weaponry to do it. So it effectively making their life harder to wound is always a nice thing. I like it. This, for me, out of the 3 detachments I've shown, this one has the Sky Shroud Spearhead has my attention. I've never really been about the Silver Tide as a Necron player, so the Hand of the Dynasty is a bit meh for me, if I'm being personally honest, though I know the Silver Tide is probably one of the most popular Necron styles of play on the tabletop. But let's go into the final detachment being previewed here. Now, I should say, like pretty much every detachment in all the faction focus articles have done, these all cost 1 detachment point. So in a regular sized game, if you really want to, you can smash all 3 of these together, or combine them as you see fit with other detachments. So let's get into the Fair One's Armory. Now this is all about the big stuff, the big Titanic stuff. So we have empowered engines for its detachment rule. Friendly Necron Titanic fly units have +6 movement. The detachment has the hypercrypt tag and cannot be taken with another hypercrypt detachment. So there's that keyword thing again. But the big thing there is the Titanic fly units being faster. Now, the big Necron Titanic stuff has never been blessed with speed. Wind Erosion moves faster than them, so anything that increases their movement can only be a good thing. So let's go on to the enhancement. The Prelocational Optimizer. The Necron's model only. When this unit is selected to shoot, if this unit was set up using a monolith's Eternity Gate ability this turn, this unit's attacks have either lethal hits or sustained hits. So a bit of versatility there depending on the unit in question, and if you're utilising your monolith's gate, you can go with more ouchy hits or potentially get more hits. We always like versatility, so yeah. And we have another defensive stratagem here for the Fair One's Armory, and that is the Subsurface Quantum Wave. Use it in your opponent's shooting phase or fight phase when an enemy unit targets a friendly Necron's Titanic Fly unit, and the target is obviously the said Necron Titanic Fly unit. Attacks that target your unit have -1 AP until that unit is attacked. So a nice layer of tankiness for stuff that's already pretty tanky. I mean, they're going to be bringing the biggest and heaviest weapon we've got to try and take these things down. So I'm not going to pip off the AP to give you a bit of survivability. Never a bad thing. And that concludes everything Necron side from the Faction Focus article. And as I said at the beginning of the video, the Necrons were the last faction for the Faction Focus article. So, what do you reckon, Fair Ones? Anything there grabbed your attention? As always, let me know in the comments, and I shall catch you guys in the next video. Bye.